Okay, so how do you start this line of regression and correlation on a data set MyOpenMath program? So when you first look at it, it's got some instructions. Um, so you can read those instructions. Basically, what you're doing is you're getting to this first part and probably getting stuck because it's like, well, how do I continue? So what is it asking for here in part one with question zero, question one, and question two? What does it mean by X context? What does it mean by Y context? And, what is this box here for? Once you fill these in, you can click submit, and then it'll show you the rest of the problem on how to continue. But how do you get past this part? Okay, again, this is for the linear regression and correlation on a data set. So in order to be ready to actually do that, you need to go back to the 3 text files that you made back in step 6. So in step 6 of this project, this is where you had to export 3 text files. So you had to export a text file of one random variable, like your first random variable. Then you had to output a text file of your second random variable. And then the third text file had the data of both random variables together. So let me show you the difference. So this text file of only one random variable, if I bring that up to the front, looks like this. So this is the height random variable, and this is only the height data. Okay, so that was this first one that I've got right here. Now, the other text file, which had both, again, this is from step 6, has both the data from one random variable and the paired value of the second random variable. And so for each row, this represents one row of data, where this was your like your X value, and this is your adjoining Y value. And so it's got them all here. So what the MyOpenMath problem is looking for is it's looking for you to take these numbers and paste them into it. And you have to do it from a text file. Okay, this is instructions that I put in step 6, the earlier step. Maybe it's changed by now, but anyway, in an earlier step, this is when you created these text files. So let me bring this back again. So here's the MyOpenMath problem. So my X values were, the context for them was vertical height, and for me, this was in feet. And the Y values were the speed of the roller coaster, and that was in miles per hour. Okay, that's why I gave you an example here. What's the context for the X values, and what units was it in? What's the context for the Y values, and what were the units? So for me, it was vertical height in feet and speed in units of miles per hour. Now over here, what I want to do is I want to have my text file open, and I want to do a select all. So let's see here. I can use a keyboard combination, but I'm trying to prevent doing that. There we go. Okay. So for me, there's a button that says select all. I could have hit Control A instead. So I'll do select all, copy, and come over here to the MyOpenMath problem and paste. And so the values have to be pasted in exactly this format for this MyOpenMath problem to admit it and to allow you to continue. And again, you want to make sure that you're including all of the values in your data set. If you don't put them all in there, this MyOpenMath problem isn't going to work. So since I've got them all, I'm going to click Submit. And if I scroll down, okay, it accepted this field of like the X context that I put in there. It accepted this field for the Y context. And you can see it accepted the values that I pasted in. And now it's allowing me to go on to part 2. And so here at the top, this is showing the X values that I pasted in and the associated Y values that I pasted in. It's showing me that the X values are vertical height and the Y values for me were speed. And now it's time for me to answer these questions, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And these come out of your line of regression chapter, the correlation and line of regression chapter. So with the OpenStax textbook, that was chapter 12. So you need to go back into chapter 12, look into the lecture notes, how we calculated these things, and put those values in. Now, because this is part of your project that you're using this for, you want to go ahead and watch the video on creating a scatter plot and creating a line of regression in your spreadsheet software. So if you're using Google Sheets, you want to have that done in Google Sheets first. If you're using Microsoft Excel, you want to have watched that video and made the scatter plot and the line of regression in Microsoft Excel first, because both of those spreadsheet programs will calculate the slope and will calculate the y-intercept for you. So if you do it first, you just have to pretty much copy and paste or just copy the answer that the spreadsheet gave you and put those in. This one can be calculated. Let's see, line of regression, correlation. This will be given to you as well in that software. And then you've got X bar and Y bar. And we also kind of discussed this. So once you kind of fill that stuff in, you can hit submit and it'll let you on to the next part. All right, let me know if you have any questions.